Ich zeig's euch danach. Aber so ein Modular-Ding einfach so ein Modular-Ding, wo dann halt 100% durchpasst. Das ist dann die Alternative. Wenn es gecancelt werden sollte. Aber es wird schon passen. So, Aris raus. Okay, wollte gerade sagen, High Prior. Nami ist noch offen. Caitlyn Elise ist offen. Ja, was kochen wir? Brandos, die kochen wir's.
DRX really needs to make sure that they can get a good matchup and stop Showmaker from running away with it in one of his signature picks.
So we're looking at basically all 4 of these champions right now are engaged buttons, right? Akali is not. That's the
Panther nicht mehr auf, nein. Akali raus, okay. Was haben wir noch? Syndra, oder?
In priority when we get this
Syndra,
how you start
Mitte.
fights. So like Silas is gone.
Lee Sin, wie wär's mit dem Zack stattdessen?
I am feeling like if you're DRX,
Wie wär's mit einem Zack?
first pick is not an easy question to answer, but the Wukong that was mentioned from Ox might be where we end up going here. Yone is also taken away. Just because it's so simple, it works with so many different types of composition, but the Rumble is left
God! Okay, well.
Wow, Instant Lock, okay. Well, das war geplant. Lee Sin, Gwen, ich kotze.
Okay, it's a Lucid favorite. Shiu also has had some
Okay, Willa, was haben wir anzubieten, mein Freund? Wie schaut's aus? Was hast du?
This matchup could potentially go. Wukong Rumble
Aatrox offen.
fairly easy.
Aatrox Jungle?
Push the Aphelios stocks to the roof.
Aatrox Jungle. Fresh Aphelios. Aphelios fresh.
It is.
Oh, wow.
That is so strong for DRX. Like, these picks, these could have come out in a game 1 and you'd be like, oh wow, they've gotten the whole...
Alright, das sind ziemlich starke First Free.
It's really simple. He just
Schreit aber eher nach Sejuani oder sowas, ne?
has D+
Irgendwas in die Richtung. Ein kleines Schwein.
Wukong away.
Oh, Wukong.
See what this pick is going to be here.
Oh ja,
I don't
Wukong.
think they want to grab either of their bottom lane. It'll be split, but Showmaker's pick would have to be blind, and it will be a blind twisted fate.
Kleiner Reminder für alle Arbeitslosen. Visca Barca Vlog von gestern ist online.
DRX's teamfight looks so scary.
Falls ihr jemanden beim wahrscheinlich Heulen zuschauen wollt, kurze Durchsage, Visca Barca Vlog online. TF auf 3. Ja, Fehler Struggle gegen High Range.
I think the tools are going to be there for D+, but DRX are set up so well for their style of success here in this game number 5.
Syndra ban. I really feel like you have to ban Wukong here with the Lulu online, wild growth, and the protection it's going to offer, plus setup for the Rumble. You cannot let them have it.
Barca verloren, in 4-0 reingedrückt bekommen in der ersten Halbzeit. Rumble G5 ist insane, ja, aber der TF ist auch insane. Der TF ist auch sehr insane. Mal schauen.
I'm curious about what Career's going to play, because he can't play Leona into this, I don't think. There's the Wukong ban. I think that was...
Was haben wir auf Mitten überhaupt als Antwort?
But Ezreal,
Leona feels like it's great for the comp for what it wants to do, but there is just no way you're going to play the lane out. The Ezreal's gone now.
Aurora ist schon gepickt worden.
Seraphine also gone. How do you deal with this Lulu? Bard also gone.
I mean, I think you just have to sack lane and hope that it's going to be okay later. Try not to bleed too badly down there.
What if you just played like Caitlyn Lux and think you can just go straight up toe-to-toe and just...
I mean, honestly, Caitlyn might be the best way. Maybe just Draven. When in doubt, just Draven.
Draven Nami?
Oh, ich bin die Mel? Aber Mel ist genau auf der Patch. Mel ist scheiße, ne? Warte mal. Nee, ist keine Mel.
Single pick.
Oh god, the Jinx. Okay, this was
Jinx Milio?
The problem here is it's going to be like Jinx Thresh or
Milio.
Jinx
Tom
Kench? Well, Jinx Tom Kench kind of feels like it's strong in some senses, but...
Milio, oder?
Lane.
Yeah.
As now the Wukong is gone, it's a really tricky call here because there's just not that much.
Stinkt nach Schwein oder sowas?
Kind
Ja.
of funny that could have been a thing, but the Sejuani,
Milio last pick, bitte.
relatively great setup for the wild growth. Pretty easy to get in there, and also the ult really empowers the Rumble as well.
Imagine if Yukal just played Aurelia.
Braum ist offen, ja, Braum ist nicht gut.
No way.
Milio ist besser.
Okay, instead, it's going to be a Tristana locked in here as the mid lane matchup into Showmaker.
Was haben wir anzubieten? Komm, Milio. Milio.
Synergy, which is what I was
Nicht Braum. Nein, nicht Pike. Milio.
Pike would be, that would be a decision.
I think we can all agree that
Ja.
we're not going to see it.
Auch okay, aber Emilio. Nein. Fresh oder Emilio?
Just kind of trumps everything. They can add safety here, but I don't think DRX are going to be hard engaging on the Jinx. You're not going to get that much value out of the Lantern because they're just going to be blowing up your front line, which, by the way, is...
Ja.
And if they get any...
Also, ja. Okay. Ja,
either carry threat...
Was ist, by the way, 5 Games, war 5 Games auf Blue Side, oder?
Tank here, you can't build armor as D+. And this draft feels very flat to me on the D+ side. You've got a strong 1-3-1. If you
Weiß ich nicht.
And Jinx scales really well, but they have the Aphelios and the Tristana.
Blue Draft Giga Shit, aber was ist die Antwort gegen TF?
Guarantees a strong lane. Now, it's not a default win if Ando messes up. If they get death sentenced,
Nein, nicht.
then there are ways for Smash and Career to actually turn that one around. But Career is the least experienced player on the Rift right now. I like
Range knallt schon rein, sobald das ein Rapid Fire fertig ist. Mal schauen. Mal schauen. Ich habe erst was gelesen, dass LCK jetzt einen Teil der Lost Returns mal benennen können, wie zum Beispiel Nemesis anstatt Leader mit. Was hältst du davon? Crepo, was halten wir davon? Ich Abstand persönlich. Ich halte Abstand persönlich.
The thing that D+ do have is Showmaker on Twisted Fate. He makes magic on this champion. They also have a lot of global threat with the Super Mega Death Rocket as well, so that they can do things around the map, try and cheat some tempo in this game, and maybe get themselves an advantage. But you're exactly right, DRX's teamfight looks scary. Let's get it.
So, hat Boneplating mit dem Matchup ist ein Toughie.
All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, onto the Rift for the final game of the series. And we'll see who's going to be progressing forward.
Kein Cleanse by Smash. Okay.
Whether it's going to be D+, as this ward will be taken down in the end.
Bitte schon.
A bit of health, but otherwise he's going to be all right.
Sweeper start to guarantee that. And it comes at a cost, obviously. Won't have his own trinket.
Range Support Matchup, aber ich glaube Jinx mit Rocket Launcher kann Prior Hardforce, wenn sie will.
It's going to be a tough one, but you do have, like, when there's no Calibrum, a range advantage. And this was a matchup that Jinx was happy in the past. Things have changed a little bit. I feel like Aphelios is in a great spot right now, and also with a Lulu.
Yeah, it's more about the supports, I think, than it is about the AD carries. Because individually, yeah, absolutely, Jinx into Aphelios, that's what you love, but your support is melee and needs to hit his skill shot.
Oh, it's Rumble in the jungle as well. I love this skin. It's my favorite.
Rich is the top laner? No, I'm just... Remember when Rumble was in the jungle?
Yep.
Remember RNG
Peanut
versus
used
D+?
to always play Rumble in the jungle as well, because you drop pineapples and it's just the best. So
it's very fun.
I'm very, very happy that that exists, even if it isn't a jungle Rumble. As Korea looking to try and get some zoning done. And Smash will clear up these minions.
Jungle Puffen geht voneinander weg.
Here towards the bottom side, Gio getting pushed out just a little, but should be able to use that Severum.
Vielleicht hilft beim Schwein.
Looking
Sehr dumm.
better. This amount of control in the bottom lane was not really what I was expecting, though. This, however, is looking pretty good for Yukal, taking control of the lane. All time, 31-8. Showmaker is good at Twisted Fate, guys. As Barrier was actually used.
Fair. Also, fair. Hat einen Karl gekauft. Recall ist sichern.
Whose world skin is he playing in this one?
Showmaker. Yeah, Showmaker. It's his one.
I know.
Oh, right.
See the Damwon logos there?
You were baiting me.
No, I just wanted to let everyone know.
Because Barrier einen Recall zu win, ja. Barrier ist quasi, deinen Recall zu saven damit. Ziemlich gut. Nice attack.
But the bottom lane, like you said, is going much better than expected. And also, Lucid is hovering around down there. They need to be very careful. He's going to take this scuttle, and it looks like Willer will take the top zone, but he wants to make something happen first.
Shivu?
It's Ignite.
Oh, es ist Ignite Rumble, ja.
The angle as well is, all right. Shiu going to be backing away. Lantern just for the shield.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Survive. That is the question. It's a big wave moving towards this Gwen. It's going to be a tough dive as he is immune a little.
Rich hat gegrieft, oder nicht?
Is going to die, so a 1-for-1.
Wave ist halt weg.
And,
ja, Wave ist halt weg und der TP bringt auch nichts, weil die Wave zurückbounced.
They hadn't teleported yet, and Rich doesn't have teleport.
Yeah, I can't say I agree with this one. Felt a little bit hard forced.
Well, Korea really didn't like that minion. Needed to move that one closer to the other minions so that he could get rid of it as soon as possible.
So that ends up being, they get the teleport out, I suppose.
Yes.
At the end of the day, Rich does end up getting his burn earn versus cooldown boots for Shiu, so gonna be a nice buy for him after the play, but execution a little bit lacking here as now they're losing a little bit more control of this lane in the bottom side.
It's fine.
Another minion tagged immediately, and the zap goes wide there.
Career's death sentences have not been inspiring just yet.
He hasn't been sentencing much death outside of doing it to minions. But he's calibrating.
True.
That's what we like to say with Hook champions. As Rich holding on to this wave, Shiu is going to snip him. But this Gwen feeling pretty good here towards his top side. 55.
XP-wise ist halt fucked, aber Tier 2 Boots sind gut, early zu haben.
As Rich, like you say, I think the buy feels pretty good.
Yeah, because he can just kind of chip away at Shiu's health bar. And in the early game, it is so significant, the extra burn damage in a matchup like this, where it's really
The F-base feels right, yep.
Her mist to kind of trade with the Rumble.
Ging kein BS-Sort.
Cooldown, it's just a really frustrating time. As you can see, this back is stopped as
well
there on the top side. I do kind of like Ignite Rumble in matchups like this, though, because the teleport shield value is a little bit lower for Rumble. Unless you're massively ahead and you're just like a king in battle Rumble, it's really just not that valuable because you're...
Oh no, cannon advantage there from Showmaker. And remember, he's got a stacked deck, so he is just going to have more money in this game. It's up to DRX to try and hold him down if they can.
But the money that the Tristana gets is arguably more useful in the late game for damage. Well, it's 100% the case in terms of damage, so we'll see if Showmaker can use his ultimate to impact the map globally.
Also able to upgrade the Berserker's Greaves, which feels pretty good.
True. That's actually a really good point. We haven't really seen Twisted Fate be that meta here in patch 26.x, so hasn't been as relevant, but very relevant here.
Yep. Shiu just doing his very best to not die under the turret. Harpoons are raining down, level 6 now. Gets some needlework up and available.
I meant to say Tristana, by the way.
Yep.
But
both of them, it's relevant.
Yeah. I do think that with no prio in the top side and obviously Showmaker pinned down on a turret, it's going to be hard for him to get value out of his first.
Wir müssen sofort chillen, Lucid. Okay, wir haben den Showmaker-Ulti, aber der ist komplett
Oh dear, a fight.
Nein, 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 Lucid. Wir müssen hier chillen, right?
And he's just backing.
Okay.
Lantern gets himself out of there. Shiu gets hooked.
Ja, ja, kleiner Chunky. Ja, ja, ja.
Don't go all in.
Wir wollen hier nicht fighten. Endlatz bekommen.
I don't think it's a good idea to commit.
Report Lulu. Oder Willer für den Fail Smite. Reporten.
Just go all in on a Rift Scholar.
Das wäre letztes Gewinn fürs Schwein.
Don't have to.
Yeah.
Just kind of take it carefully and back away and be like, all right, come on.
Beautifully done. Gio and Andal actually feeling a lot better here in this lane, but you can see it's very, very even. Cull advantage going to be a big one, but BF Sword feels like a phenomenal first buy. And so Gio very happy about that one.
Showmaker has heal right now. Not sure if that's really going to help him too much, but has been able to get a little bit back in terms of lane control, the back timings. So has potential prio to contest this dragon now that is being started up by Willer.
Yep.
It's just so tough though because the Tristan
Soll das Topside invaden gehen stattdessen. Nicht besser.
Skirmishes, and so you're like, I can stun somebody, but if there's no follow-up and you don't have that prio on the dragon, you can't really do anything as the Twisted Fate.
Topside invade ist gut.
Pushing mid, and Yuka will join him.
Yep, so make Death Rocket unable to get the steal, but as you say, nice try. Red-white guns here for Gio, but he's slowly running out of ammo. And Lucid going to be able to steal away a red buff, but the Krugs have not respawned just yet. Looks like Willer is just going to pick up a Zeke's and then hope that he's not too sad about all of his jungle being missing. But so far, Lucid has not necessarily found himself a big advantage or anything like that.
It's really only Showmaker who has one 4D+, but it's small advantages everywhere else for DRX.
Yep.
Plus the dragon.
Oh, did Willer actually take that?
He did.
Just walked up and smote it. Beautifully done. There are the pineapples. Needlework not connecting here as there is the flame spitter. Rich lights him on fire, then lights him on fire again. That is a solo as the DRX top laner continues continues his fantastic.
And now they
ball.
just can't contest for grubs, and Rich is going to get more plate gold. This bottom lane is still winning.
Whoa, Flame on through. Flame Chompers go down. As the CC is concerned, another hook just
Schlaganfall across the board oder was?
backside of the Lulu.
Andal just walks it off, though.
Oh my
And we
days.
talked about this in the draft. They gave over the Rumble. They slam-locked Shiu's Gwen, and they trusted it. But in terms of individual performance, it just has not been there today. And he gets soloed by Rich, and that was their answer. And this Gwen is behind in this game, despite having a pretty nice trade in terms of the initial gank that happened earlier. As he just goes in for the snip, takes a ton of damage. The heat is exactly where Rich wants it. He's got Ignite. He can follow Flash here. Just gets on top of him.
Yeah, gorgeously played.
So fucking broke, ne?
As well as Joker's celebration, kind of ridiculous, but I love it. And that is just such a phenomenal position to be in. They're almost 1,000 gold in the lead, a Drake in advantage as well. And here in a game 5, early leads mean all that much more, right? Because tensions are so incredibly high. Being able to have that extra layer of security feels fantastic. Not out of the woods just yet, but the problem is, DK's composition, it's, once again, I mean, it does team fight relatively well. Like a flanking Gwen could get some stuff done, and you've got the CC of Showmaker on this Twisted Fate. But really, you want to be getting flanks. And you want to be trying to get a 1-3-1 to work and splitting the map and things like this.
And the truth is, now this Gwen is going to be more, it's more difficult for her to actually pull that off.
Oder wie OP ist Rumble?
DRX who have the triple grubs.
Wie OP ist Rumble?
One comp with the Gwen being behind.
Bitte, ein wenig Mercy zeigen.
Scaling FLs, you got the scaling Jinx.
Ja, 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 gut. Oh, 2v2 ist nicht gut. 2v2 ist nicht gut. Alright, 2v2 ist überhaupt nicht gut. Aber wir haben TF-Ulti.
Pick setups from Showmaker. Otherwise, DRX just naturally coast into the late game.
Oh, God. I am very worried. Lucid just goes back home. Shiu
man.
Pushed up pretty far.
That's fine.
Willa.
That's fine.
Obviously, Sejuani really hates ganking Gwen because you just kind of press W and you're fine. As the zap goes wide. Smash and Korea doing their very best. I was actually, now that I think about
TF out of Range, der hätte ein paar Meter machen können.
Played Janna. Because it reminds
Haben wir 26-4 genervt, ja.
Reckless days, you know.
That would have been really cool, and to be honest, would have made sense a lot.
It's kind of fun one.
But Career's not reckless, so.
He is not.
Not yet. Maybe one day he'll transform. Not probably not. I think only reckless.
No, I think only reckless is reckless. Unless you're talking about reckless as in like the word, as in playing with reckless abandon.
Was machen wir hier?
That's all right. Chiu is going to survive that potential
Freaks.
attempt.
Lass meine Gwen in Ruhe.
Goes back to lane. He was considering a bit of a destiny gate towards the bottom side. Wants to be able to take this cannon and does manage to do so. Currently ahead by about 500 gold.
I'm just a little bit concerned about a side lane Tristana in this game now. With
Grenzforsten ist wichtig.
have already, as
Oder hier passiert nichts, hallo Thunder. Hier passiert nichts und das gefällt mir nicht. I don't like that.
From just yet, still early laning phase into heading towards a mid game right now, but still a few opportunities that he's whiffed. His placement of his hooks has been, as you said, calibrating at best. So DRX are kind of chilling right now. This is another slow early game start, but it's these small advantages, the advantage that D+ does not have, that makes you feel like, okay, this next dragon fight, can Showmaker find the angle? Can he get that gold card? Can we access the backline? Can we win a team fight before Gio is online? These are the questions that D+ will have to answer.
Well, Showmaker can now probably go back and grab Rod of Ages. Here at about 12.
Mir gefällt der Game State nicht.
Pretty good.
We'll grab just that.
Ich muss es sagen.
Back to head back to a contest. Gonna go straight to
Mach noch eine Stunde ACB. So, hast du dir auch verdient tatsächlich.
Like, look at the map.
Yeah.
Lucid is like, I'm just clear my jungle.
And we need to see more from Lucid as well. I mean, Lee Sin in the early game, that's kind of where he thrives. Hasn't really been able to find too much. As Rich, once again, just going to burn down Shiu. And that was like a third of a Flame Spitter. Now level 11, 2 levels ahead of Shiu as well.
Shiu, red, white, ready for this fight.
Yeah, let's see.
I don't know. Wir haben ITP up bei Rich, Flash raus bei Müller, okay. Ja.
The Goat Glacier Prison he was looking for is now Lucid, safeguards his way out. He can also take a lantern to get his way out of there, but instead
Schwein gekickt.
there's the flash flame.
Ja, ja, warte mal. Ja, ja, weiter. Oh, hast du noch einen Jump-Up? Ja.
Piggy though and manages to take down the Sejuani. Now a wild growth from Andal is not going to do enough. And that
Ja. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Rich walked down. He's like, "What did I miss?"
That was
Okay.
absolute cinema. Actually, that team fight, Atlas.
Ooh.
That is what I wanted. We were
Big.
waiting for this from Lucid, and at least he delivered.
I think Willer made some choices in this fight. Looked for just the blind ult onto Showmaker.
Sehr geil von Lucid hier gespielt.
Very easily. I think he could have used it as a peel.
Sehr geil von Lucid gespielt.
And then he just sets up Lucid for the kick play here. Then the flash flay onto Gio is fantastic. The rocket comes through. He gets put incredibly low. Willer trying to peel, has to flash away.
Schön.
Yes, the Descent doesn't hit here, but Showmaker didn't even use his ult initially. And Yukal has to ult for the defense. Andil self-ults to try to peel back.
Ich habe gerade von Satis Bites. Welche? Freut mich. Welche? Aber nicht vergessen, die haben auch 200 Kalorien. Aber als Snack super.
And we
Agreed.
finally got it.
Yep, that's going to put Showmaker at a 1,000 gold lead as well. It does not stop Rich from being a gigantic problem in this game. A great way to mitigate the Rich problem is to fight when he's not there. That's really good. That's a great way to handle it. But now he has got a free teleport. Yes, it's got a huge cooldown, but will be able to get towards some fights. And at least Shiu does manage to complete his quest. Finally,
Weil Chocolate Strawberry Cream, ja,
the
okay.
advantage that Rich had with
Das ist
an
sehr
early
reasonable.
completion and things like this.
Okay.
The level 11, but
Okay. Game set ist fein. Nur Toplane brennt. Wow. Schumacher. Wow, machen die wenig Damage mit den Upgrade, habe ich? Oh, er geht auf.
Yeah, you can always
Okay.
follow up with that rocket jump in that situation because you know you're going to get the
Okay.
kill and you're going to get right out. Lucid just comes over here to see if he can get a cannon and deny this plate.
Oh, almost follows him with that Sonic Wave. Beautifully done, but another plate does go over to Yukal.
Hilfe?
That is a lot of money stripped from DK here.
Yeah, it's a big...
GTF gar nicht auf Rapid Fire, drittes Item. Der geht wahrscheinlich Lich Bane danach.
Yeah, looking for an angle here. He's very close.
Lucid?
And the rumble is scary.
Oh, wirklich?
Sonic Wave and now able to safeguard his way.
Wirklich?
Avoided
Okay, wirklich?
He just
Okay.
himself a kill.
Nicht rein. Zaubern.
Lucid makes his
Wir sind für DRX. Fuck no.
and D+
Fuck no.
finding even more advantages here after losing their mid laner.
A lot of free gold though to Gio on the other side.
Oi.
Free win for D+, but it was well executed again by the Lee Sin.
Ooh.
Lucid so famed for this pick. Feels CVMAX hasn't given him the reins to play it all too often here in 2026, but it is a treat to watch again. As we go back to this pick on to Showmaker, as you mentioned, the ult goes wide, but it means that Showmaker has to sidestep
Der ist
forward.
so tanky, ne?
He was just
Krank.
looking for a gold card play there. It was coincidental either way. Just too much damage here. The turret can be tanked up.
Mit seinen
easily by
Tabi-Upgrades.
Sejuani. And then over here, Scuttle secured, yes. But then Lucid's like, I don't care about that rumble. I'm going to look for the outplay. Has the kick available here. Gets this max range Q.
Right after the Arctic Assault as well. Actually kind of insane.
He just kicks Rich away. Hits the Q on him, by the way, because he's like, is there some play here? And then smartly decides not to press it a second time.
Yeah, good.
That's actually one of the most skillful things he did there. As
Exactly.
a Lee Sin player,
Avoids just careening into a barbecue. Not a bad move. As Smash also not going to face check a brush. Good learnings across the board. Zap does come on through. Smash feeling pretty confident right now as gold card not needed.
Unsealed.
Gut vom Schumacher. Mika jetzt first auch von Ende. Von Career. Auch gut.
That's it's good advertisement for Unsealed Spellbook, which Showmaker takes every time on the Twisted Fate.
Interesting, we do have the, okay, this is going to be a bit of a scrap.
Yeah, Permafrost does come in. Yukal now trying to get the damage down onto Korea, but he finds Death Sentence on.
Warte mal.
Smash has turned up now. He's pretty
Oh Gott, Lucid ist...
Wild Growth as DK
Oh Gott.
just look to get themselves out, teleport in from the Rumble. Yes, I would disengage too. As, that hook just barely not enough.
It feels like
Shiu should get some spare time.
His best aimed hooks have just been
Das ist eine Menge auf Toplane.
or two out of
Aber Yukal hat gleich wieder TP ab.
and unfortunately for him, is not going to be able to turn that into anything. As Shiu gets some alone time here with this turret that Yukal will have to answer. But this game is so incredibly close. It is kind of unreal, and because no one really ends up dying there in that last skirmish, no one gets full control of the dragon that's spawning here in 10 seconds. But I like the position here of DRX because they have mid-prio, as Gio holds a BF sword here.
Yeah, he's
Willer's ult's coming back.
He had the Kraken Slayer done for Smash. He's looking for item number 2. Come up pretty soon. Obviously, Jinx wants 3 or 4 items, right? Maybe 3 is going to be fine because it's only the Sejuani as far as tanky members are concerned.
They want to play through Rich.
Oh, Krakenslayer. Guck mal, das ist halt wieder Krakenslayer PD gegen Stormraiser AI. Das ist halt so scheiße. Das ist halt so scheiße im DPS-Vergleich.
Infernal Soul as well this game, just to add a little bit more fire to the Rumble. That would be scary. Imagine that. Managed to get 3 Infernals as well as being ridiculously fed, like Rich is, and having Ignite, as the hook is going to go wide here. Lucid trying to
Smash hat kein Cleanse. Oh Gott, Career's Tor. Oh Gott, oh Gott. Oh, it's fucking nasty. Oh, it's fucking nasty. Oh, ein Glück misst er den Equalizer.
Rich was unable to find it. Unfortunately, the equalizer doesn't work on turrets. Otherwise, that could
hey.
be cool.
Was passiert da?
Now UCal trying to take down this outer on the top side of the map as well. That'd be first turret blood, which is still on the table.
A lot of resources for DRX that don't end up coming up big because
ja.
from Lucid. Now they get to drop Herald here and try to take this
Aber
off the map.
Ja.
For this. And this is going to be a big charge.
Aber First Blood Turret fällt trotzdem auf Top. Oh, for fuck's sake.
On top side before Shiu could get back. Rich also getting this one. But
Oh.
Into a dragon take. Getting the turret alone, which they haven't quite gotten yet, isn't really it. They really need to get that Drake.
And Smash
hat noch Flash. Und die haben kein Mika jetzt, aber oh. Oh, Yuka. Oh, was passiert hier? Lucid wird verbrutzelt. Oh, Rumble is so fucking broken. Es ist over. Es ist over.
And now DRX are looking for even more. Shiu trying to get in there, but he is nowhere near as this Rumble.
Oh, poor Showmaker too. Probably feeling like career trolled him a little bit there, pulling the Sejuani into him.
And the first in
Bro, die verlieren 2 Turrets und Drake und die kriegen nicht so viel. Ey, das ist so bad. Es ist so bad.
Gold lead. This is going to be another attempt here.
Underdog wins are not nice.
100%. Okay, look at this. Career pulls the Sejuani in, but that's exactly where Wheeler wants to be. And Showmaker's like, damn, man, I'm trying to gold card somebody and set it up. And then Rich basically 100-0s Lucid, flashes on him for the kill, and there's just nothing left here for D+ in the tank. That's the Dragon, as you mentioned. And with all those turrets going over to
Tristana items, Jesus Maria.
Even in gold, it's really only the Jinx that has a significant lead when you consider Showmaker's money is mostly in his passive here.
Yeah. And in fact, I think in a normal game, when you're not cheating, UCal would be in the lead. So the Tristana doing pretty well at this stage of the game. Smash and Korea now just collecting waves in mid. It is 2 items done for both of our mid laners. Showmaker pretty happy about the Lich Bane coming in. Oftentimes we do see Rapid Fire Cannon second, but having it come in third does mean that it'll do a little bit more damage.
The triple threat here for DRX coming up big in the damage chart. And this is not going to be a hook they were looking for. That turret is just gone.
Void Grub interrupting the hook. That feels bad. Direct counter to Thresh, triple Grubs.
Apparently.
Ich renne hier langsam aus, wir fallen langsam keine Lösung mehr ein.
Just getting power crept by stuff you can do.
Is there any world where this 1-3-1 for DK can get online? Like, they have the Twisted Fate in the top lane, they've got the Gwen in the bottom lane, but they're both sitting left of the equator, so to speak, of the river here, and they're not threatening turrets, they don't have map control, and DRX are happy to sit back on this Tristana Aphelios, who, by the way, has an IE completed now here at 21-4.
Vergleich die AD-Carry-Items, das ist doch Bullshit.
Spots out that there's a Sejuani lying in wait. Does have a Lee Sin in the vicinity. But this is frightening. Lucid getting the
okay.
kick into the wall onto Rich.
Reich. Reich ist tot. Reich ist nicht tot. Halt dein Maul. Lucid. Big. Kill für Jinx. Mit Shutdown.
But he just couldn't affect the play.
Oh, man.
Big.
Rich's face too, hit by
Hey, Shivu.
Like, well, I don't know what I was supposed to do here. I tried my best to get out.
On turret, big.
He actually has the lantern here to take out the turret post-kill to grab all that extra money as well. His lead was the only real lead, and now it is basically tripled here, up to 1,500. So D+ getting that tempo back a little bit here as they look to also push this top turret, and the 1-3-1 composition can breathe a little bit here now, as this kick into the wall was absolutely the right call. Rich's placement of the equalizer is perfect. The Glacial Prison gives him enough time. He presses W.
Will er auch ohne Flash?
But turns around one more time to look for Lucid, and obviously doesn't have Flash to react to the rocket.
Oh,
Gwen hat das Gone Down und das sind halt Double AD Carry. Also eigentlich ist Gwen schon ziemlich gut hier.
But that is still
Oh, wäre sie nicht so unglaublich useless.
over to Smash, who's got that cool new item, the MK thingy-jiggy, about the doing damage from a long way. The Caitlyn item.
Ja. Reich ist tot. Reich ist wieder tot. Wir atmen.
For another 46 seconds.
D+.
Okay.
Starting to
Okay.
really
Gwen balanced.
one.
Kurz gedived.
That's a huge win in the side. They get the turn.
Big.
Now
And
top
Dusk
side.
and Dawn, man, like that was the completion, and now she was like, I run at him and kill him every time.
I win now. On the top side, UCal is keeping Showmaker back, but hold up.
Yeah, let's see whether Lucy can find an angle for a kick or something like that. Hook gonna connect onto the Serrani as Willa in a little bit of a rough spot. Does have Aftershock and the Glacial Armor. Doesn't have it now as Lucid's just baiting them with some safeguarding and resonating strike shenanigans.
Meine Jinx hat Hex-Optics gehört. Was? Bruder, was kauft sie? Wann wollen wir Damage machen? Wann wollen wir Damage machen? Wo bleibt mein LDA oder mein AI? Hallo?
Situation by safeguarding back.
Wo bleiben meine Damage-Items?
This game is tense.
Bitte.
It felt for a long time. Like the damage had been done. Like D+, we're not. I mean, this is a cooldown problem here for Rich. This does not have.
Nee, das ist balanced.
Dies. But the
Das ist balanced.
playing a huge part in it. But it felt like for so much of this early game that D+ had not done enough. That yes, the Jinx was ahead, but was it going to amount to anything? Was the real question.
Wann will die Jinx Damage machen?
I think the answer is they have enough control to now fight this dragon.
Brauchst nicht mehr LDA, kauf AI. Ja.
Opposition's win cons to its full effect. And they have, I mean, it's a 3-item Twisted Fate here for Showman.
Und dann fehlt jetzt gleich 3 Items. Alarm.
And they kill anybody. Jinx gets
Rapid Fire fertig bei TF. Auch Alarm.
Can't remember the name of right now. It's pretty crazy work. What they could do with it.
Wie machen wir's? Will hat kein Flash.
Working out here. 3.7k, the advantage is now Willer is in
Shibu W. Ja. Willer tot. Ja. Gwen ist back.
It's not going to
Gwen ist so OP.
the longest rocket of all time. She was very, very lucky.
Gwen ist so... GG.
And shut
GG.
down. Andel's able to flash the wall. The zap will be avoided, but the damage, ladies and gentlemen, has been done.
Ladies and Gentlemen, wir haben Nash. Okay.
They're looking
Diese fucking Terroristen.
game number 5 with a Baron
Okay.
on the way.
Okay.
Some things.
Alright, guys. Alright.
Twisted Fate helping to set this one all up. They turn this composition into a killing machine. Pick-based for the Jinx to
Oh.
get excited.
Feuer ab, ey.
Snipe people, run them down with that extra range, and that's exactly what happened in that last fight. 5.5k pushes up to 6.3 with the Baron take. And we keep watching these fights where Willer is trying to set something up on his own and ends up being kind of free food as he takes so much damage as Shio goes in, and when that first pick comes through, just watch Smash go.
And do you know what's ridiculous? The amount, it's called Hex Optics, by the way.
you.
But the amount of value on that item, kind of absurd with the fact that everyone's flashing away from him while the auto attacks are in the air,
So.
making it even better.
Okay.
It's crazy too, like, to get maximum value out of this item, you really have to trust that you are going to pop off, I think, with Jinx. With a lot of other 80 carry, Caitlyn, frankly, you're like, okay, well, this will get value in almost every...
Noch kein LDA bei Jiwu.
Like,
Oh, jetzt müsst ihr das haben, oder?
we're going to put our eggs on the Smash.
Der geht Shieldbow!
I.e., 4th item completed here. And I think D+ have done it, Atlas. I mean, I know we've talked about the throws, we talked about the comebacks, but I don't
Okay.
see it in this game anymore.
Oder Hex Optics, aber Hex Optics ist auch bad.
Online, it's a train chugging towards the station here.
Yeah, and this is the difficulty, right? DK's composition snowballs so incredibly effectively with the Gwen and the Twisted Fate in side lanes. It can really get to a checkmate scenario very quickly as Gio almost
Bomba.
dead. So Mega Death Rocket almost finishes him off, and that's going to spell the end of this inner turret. Showmaker doing the same thing on this bottom side. And Lucid just making sure no one can defend. The Gwen's in the top lane. Like, it's actually just every lane is under threat. And there is a second one. So the Rebel Baron power play chugging above 3,000 now.
So if we
AI
introduce the
fertig.
possibility
Yes.
of a comeback here for DRX,
Got it.
which is, of course, just theoretical only at this point. It's not based in any true feelings that we have or analytics we're trying to put in. it's going to be off the back of a big mistake. Let's say Lucid takes the wrong kick angle, or they push too deep with Showmaker without vision. It's going to be something
Showmaker like gates into the middle of the whole team.
Yes.
Okay.
Or just like
Rosin inhaliert.
gates behind them and then just
Boah,
collapse.
gerade war echt hart.
And even that is like, okay, Showmaker's dead, but then what are you going to do? You know, it's really about D+ making big errors here. And Baron is running out, but they're continuing to play measured, just trying to take every little piece off of the map, get this red buff, but don't overcommit, try to find a favorable angle here with this gold card, always fishing. And they have, you know, Lee Sin, Flash coming back up very soon. There's some kick angles, you can insect here. With the siege that you have, with the map control you have, you don't have to get an inhibitor here at 28 minutes to feel like you've won the game.
Oh, Shiu could be in a little bit of trouble here, as Gate has been thrown down. And that just mitigates any sort of attempt at stopping Showmaker from doing what he wants. It's stopping Shiu from doing what he wants. As they get all the information, they understand exactly what DRX are trying to do, and they can react accordingly. Now, with the Baron now worn off, Yukal fighting against Shiu here. As the
Equalizer is not bad.
Lucid able to get himself out of the way. The Glacial
Oh.
goes wide though. Shiu able to dash his way.
Oh, slow. Schumacher hat noch Sonjas. Oh, das ist, was machen wir?
But he set up. Oh, the lantern gets him out.
Wie machen wir's? Smash, Damage auf Yukal. Wieso macht meine Jinx macht kein Damage? Jetzt aber. Reset. Come on. Come on. Boom. Penta. Actually Penta, oder? Tag. Actually Penta. Oh nein, er ist tot. Oh nein, er ist tot. Oh. G.
And Andal will say no penta for you if we have to go to the lower bracket of these playoffs. And D+ Kia, oh man, they gave us as much action as possible here today.
Schöner 5-Gamer.
LCK Cup playoffs, but they are going to win. They're going to keep the streak alive. And DRX gonna have to
Coole Series.
time to see whether they can take
Coole Series.